Today we're counting down the top 10 most emotional moments in cricket history. But these aren't just any moments. These are moments that will leave you on the edge of your seat, the moments that will have you holding your breath, and the moments that will have you reaching for the tissues. At number 10, we have the World Cup final between Australia and Pakistan. It was the year 1999. The stage was set at the iconic Lord's Cricket Ground in London, and the crowd was electric and the tension was palpable. On one side, there was the mighty Australia, who had been the favorites to win the tournament, and on the other, there were the underdogs, Pakistan, who had fought their way to the final. The match was a nail-biting thriller, with both teams giving it their all. The Australian team was led by Steve Waugh, who had a reputation for being one of the toughest captains in the game, while Pakistan was led by Wasim Akram, who was known for his ability to turn a match on its head. As the match progressed, the tension mounted, and the crowd was on the edge of their seats. Pakistan put up a strong fight, but in the end, it was Australia who emerged victorious. The match was not without its emotional moments, as the tears of disappointment mixed with the cheers of joy. It was a moment that will forever be etched in the history of cricket. Number 9 on our list is the 2005 Ashes series between England and Australia. The 2005 Ashes series between England and Australia was a tale of epic proportions. It was the first Ashes series in England in 18 years, and the tension between the two teams was palpable. The series was tied at 2-2 heading into the final test match at the Oval. England needed to win the match to retain the Ashes, but Australia had other ideas. The tension was palpable, and every run, every wicket, and every catch felt like it could be the turning point. As the match reached its climax, England started to gain the upper hand, and it looked like they were on their way to victory. But Australia fought back, and the tension continued to rise. In the end, it was England who emerged victorious, and the scenes of joy and relief on the faces of England players and fans were truly emotional. It was a moment that will forever be etched in the minds of English cricket fans. Number 8 is the World Cup semi-final between India and Sri Lanka. In the 1996 World Cup semi-final between India and Sri Lanka was a match for the ages. The match was held at the iconic Eden Gardens in Calcutta, where a capacity crowd gathered to watch the two giants of cricket battle it out for a spot in the World Cup final. The match was tied heading into the final over, with both teams fighting tooth and nail for the win. But it was Sri Lanka who emerged victorious, leaving the Indian team and fans in a state of disappointment. As the final ball was bowled, the Indian fans held their breath, hoping for a miracle. But when the last wicket fell, the stadium fell silent. The disappointment on the faces of the Indian players and fans was palpable. But despite the disappointment, it was a match that no one who witnessed it will ever forget it. The tension, the drama, and the emotion of the match will forever be etched in the annals of cricket history. Number 7 on our list is the 2007 Cricket World Cup final between Australia and Sri Lanka. The match was held in Barbados and was watched by millions of people around the world. Australia had been the favorites to win the tournament, but Sri Lanka put up a strong fight. In the end, it was Australia who emerged victorious, but the match was not without its emotional moments. For Sri Lanka, it was the end of a dream, but for Australia, it was the start of a new era of dominance in world cricket. Number 6 is the 2011 Cricket World Cup final between India and Sri Lanka. The match was held in Mumbai and was watched by a capacity crowd. The match was tied heading into the final over, and it was India who emerged victorious. The scenes of joy and relief on the faces of Indian players and fans were truly emotional. Number 4 is the 2015 Cricket World Cup semi-final between South Africa and New Zealand. The match was held in Auckland and was watched by a capacity crowd. The match was tied heading into the final over, and it was New Zealand who emerged victorious. The scenes of disappointment on the faces of the South Africa players and fans were truly emotional, as they had come so close to reaching the final but fell just short. Number 3 is the 2019 World Cup semi-final between Australia and England. The match was held at Edgbaston and was watched by a capacity crowd. It was a nail-biting match that went down to the wire, with England emerging victorious. The scenes of joy and relief on the faces of England players and fans were truly emotional as they secured their place in the final for the first time in 27 years. Number 2 is the 2019 World Cup final between England and New Zealand. The match was held at Lord's Cricket Ground in London and was watched by millions of people around the world. It was a match that had everything: tension, drama, and a historic super over finish. In the end, England emerged victorious, and the scenes of joy and relief on the faces of England players and fans were truly emotional as they lifted the World Cup for the first time. And finally, at number 1 is the dramatic 2019 World Cup semi-final between New Zealand and India. The 2019 World Cup semi-final between New Zealand and India was a match for the ages, held at the iconic Old Trafford in Manchester, with a capacity crowd on hand to witness the drama unfold. The tension was palpable from the very first ball, as both teams fought tooth and nail for a spot in the coveted World Cup final. The match had everything from nail-biting moments to heart-stopping finishes. In the end, New Zealand emerged victorious, and the scenes of joy and relief on the faces of the New Zealand players and fans were truly emotional. The Kiwi players hugged each other, tears streaming down their faces as they secured their place in the World Cup final for the first time in history. The fans in the stands erupted in cheers. This match will go down in history as one of the most dramatic and emotional moments in cricket history. It was a match that truly evoked strong emotions in all who witnessed it. These were the top 10 emotional moments in cricket history. Cricket has the power to evoke strong emotions in players and fans and even onlookers. From the roar of the crowd to the tension on the field, cricket has the power to create unforgettable memories. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed our countdown. Take care.